Welcome back to my medieval corner. I know it's been a minute, but I have a great topic for us today. Recently, I've seen a couple videos on YouTube that are posing the question, is armored combat accurate to history? I will say yes and no. Now bear with me. At the end of the day, what we do in Buhurt is a modern take on a historical skill. Some promotions are geared towards the history and accurate representation, while others are starting to embrace the modern idea of armored mixed martial arts. But before we dive in, if you're enjoying the content, please take a second to like and subscribe so I can put out more videos for you. We surpassed 500 subscribers and it's only going up from here. Thank you. Now, let's break it down. Is medieval armored combat accurate medieval battle? Short answer is no. This is not an accurate depiction or practice of medieval warfare. In true medieval battles, you were out to kill or capture your enemies and willing to die to push the campaign. So right off the bat, that's a big difference. It was how they waged war. Now, here we are on YouTube saying, well, it's not accurate to how they fought back then. No shit. Between the battle tactics, including archers, pikemen, artillery, cavalry, whatever, the goal was to kill or lay siege. And with that said, it's a resounding no. It's not accurate to medieval battle. In the times, there were a lot more at stake than athletic pride. What we do today in the list is way more accurate to medieval tournament fighting, where knights would keep their skills sharp and it was treated as a sport. Though we have made a lot of adjustments compared to the historical tournaments for obvious safety reasons. Our armor is a lot heavier than they would use. The rules are way safer now than they ever were. We also don't ransom lands, armor, or horses back to the losers. Not only that, we also don't get the prestige that was brought to the winners. Maybe there are some things we should bring back. Nowadays, it's a pat on the back, bragging rights, and a medal. But the biggest prize of all is the respect amongst your peers. Back then, you would win money, lands, titles, and other major prizes. Tournaments were a big deal, and the whole city would come out to watch for more reasons than entertainment. Many were vassals of these knights or amongst the retinue. Think of it as your local sports teams facing off with some of the most influential heads of state as the players. Another thing that we should probably bring back. If you want to get really into it, we can talk about the political aspect of the medieval tournament, but for now, I'll say that these knights held title and power in their lands. A win or loss could make or break a knight's standing, and in result, their people. I'm thrilled to see promotions bringing the sport into the modern times by billing the fights the same way MMA does. I'm starting to see fight cards, implementation of weight classes, and a big showcase of hype and production. All we need is some big name sponsors for the fighters and the promoters, and I'd start to feel that this sport is being accepted en masse. It's been great to watch it over the past few years. I hope in a couple more years, fighters will be able to fight and train as a full-time gig. This video was a response coming from a Buhurt fighter and history nerd perspective, rather than an outside perspective looking in. If you made it this far, thank you. Let's have a drink Today's horn chug is Pacifico. They say that the pen is mightier than the sword, but the pen writes the history that the sword has carved out. Skull. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again here at My Medieval Corner.